Hey guys, my name's Nick. Welcome to an episode of T-365, where I demystify Microsoft solutions for the MSP space. In today's video, I'm going to be covering all the relevant June 2021 updates. And if you follow along with my past update videos, you know that I narrow down the 100 or so announcements that Microsoft comes out with each month to just ones that are relevant towards the MSP space, blocking out all the enterprise level announcements as well. Before I get into today's video, if you do want to see more content around Microsoft 365 and the MSP space, be sure to click on that subscribe button below. Digging into it here though, we're going to start off with Microsoft Teams, that it is Microsoft's #1 investment for new features, changes, things like that. We're going to start here with Chat Bubbles, which is a new feature which gives a prompt on the main screen of the Teams environment. When there is a new message that comes through, it's only temporary and then it is removed after a couple of seconds. It's alleviating some of the pain point of having to click on that icon at the top of the screen or look at chat in a separate window, especially for presenters and things of that nature. Over on the right hand side, you can see that as a user you can disable this as well. This will be coming out mid-July and be complete by late July. Next to here, we're going to start off with the recordings from Microsoft Teams, and that being able to be searched through transcription versus just meeting title, which is a really cool feature for an end user, maybe something that you've gotten help desk calls on in the past. You're able to search through Microsoft Stream for the user and search based off of whatever might have been said to try to help you derive what video you're looking for. This will happen mid-July and be complete by late July. The other cool one here, just as a convenience measure, is allowing the user or the manager of the meeting to set for auto recording whenever you set up the meeting. Oftentimes you may forget to hit that recording, and it's often something that you really regret doing at the end of the day. So just a better experience there from being able to do that in the forefront of actually scheduling that meeting. This will happen in late June and be expected complete by mid-July. This next feature here is available if you've been using the Breakout Rooms functionality. If not, this might not be as applicable to you. But basically, Microsoft is really redesigning the UI and exposure here to a modal for the Breakout Room assignment and things of that nature. You're able to select multiple users at once and choose which rooms that they're going to go into. So this is going to happen in mid-July and be complete by late July. Next one here is for iOS and Android users here who are using the share screen methodology within the Teams environment. So this is allowing them to also capture device audio when screen sharing as well. So say they're playing an audio file from their phone or something like that, the other participants will be able to hear that, whereas previously they would not have. That'll be happening in late June. Next one here is more of a convenience piece, light feature add, but it's giving them the ability to edit a SharePoint page directly from within Microsoft Teams without having to go to a web browser. It's really just a end user enhancement here. Early June and be expected to be complete by mid-June, so most likely you've already been seeing this in some of your tenants. Next one here is a security enhancement. They're adding end-to-end encryption for Teams calling. This is something that is off by default. As an admin, you can configure it. This will be a new policy that's in the Teams admin center that you can configure. And once that is enabled, end users will have the ability to turn on end-to-end encryption. There are some asterisks here as to when that actually occurs that I'm not going to get into just because it gets really granular, but I will link below a PDF I have with a lot more detail on all these announcements, including this one here. This will happen in early July and be complete by mid-July. Next one here, and just another light feature add. They're adding the Teams attendance report in the actual interface itself versus having to download a CSV file. So just a point of convenience again, and being able to see this in a more appealing fashion than a CSV. This will happen in early June, be complete by the end of August. So some of you may be already seeing this as well. Next, we'll shift in here to Microsoft Exchange. This one I consider to be more of something that you might want to get on top of to disable, just due to the nature of what kind of help desk calls it might generate for you. Microsoft's basically introducing this extension for Edge recommendation that will be a banner within the Outlook on the web environment, in the client environment of Outlook. And regardless of what browser you use, you'll see that in OWA. When you click on that, it'll open up Edge and ask you to install this extension. So you can see the extension on the right hand side. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you don't want to get calls or questions about this prompt and how to disable it, because it will show up multiple times, you could take action by July 30th and disable that in those particular tenants. Just be aware of that one, may be a little bit disruptive. If anything, you at least want to know what it is so you can appropriately respond to that via your support ticketing system. Last one here for Exchange, they are adding a safety tip setting in the anti-phishing policy. This is again more of a convenience, not something that you couldn't do before, but it was only available through Exchange transport rules. And in this particular setting now for anti-phishing, if you're utilizing these policies, you can set this up and just click it in as far as a UI component versus having to set up that rules, which gives the end user some safety tips when a potential message comes through that is flagged as potential phishing because of the domain, because of the subject line, things of that nature. So just be aware of that. That'll be coming in late June and be expected to be complete by August. Final one here is related to Microsoft SharePoint. So this is giving users the flexibility to determine email notification settings. Previously, the settings you see on the right-hand screenshot were all sent to the user, and they had no option to be able to configure this. And with this introduction, they will be able to customize the messages that they get as far as email notifications goes. This will happen in early July and be complete by late July. That's everything I will have for you guys today in this particular video. It's a short one, but I want to give you all those updates. If you do want to have white labeled accessibility to these updates to send to your end users, that is available. If you want to check out my website, I'll link that below, and you can get those on a monthly basis sent to you. If you haven't already, like I mentioned earlier, please like or subscribe if you want to see more content around Microsoft 365 and the MSP space. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.